Why is bro cheesing so hard? So Rick Ross, he's coming at Drake. Now, I don't even know why people pick Drake as the person to beef with. Probably because he comes off as a soft boy.
Oh my god. Embarrassing.
Easily the most bullyable rapper alive. Like, if I was a bully at school, he'd probably be the kid I would pick on. But I'm not a bully, so you don't gotta worry about that. And I hope bullyable's a word. He just does things that make it so easy to roast him, but at least the music is good. And that's why I think this beef is really weird. I don't want to call Rick Ross a bully or anything, but it seems like he's picking the easy target.
Ready, white boy?
The amount of times he uses white boy as a diss towards Drake. I want to put a white boy counter. Should I do it?
What's another 50 million, white boy? White boy, you got 48 hours, white boy. Come on, white boy. White boy, don't do stunner like that. Stayed out past your curfew, white boy.
Yeah, and there's way more, but you guys get the gist of it.
White boy.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, Mr. Rose. I don't know how calling someone a white boy is a diss. There's plenty of great white people out there. We had Steve Irwin, Kane, Undertaker, Kyle Rittenhouse, and I can go on for days. And it's like you have a white boy dialogue button on your back like you're Buzz Lightyear.
White boy.
And someone just keeps pushing it. We get it, Drake is half white, but Mr. Rose, you portray this image of some cocaine-selling drug lord from the port of Miami, but weren't you serving people food on trays in a prison?
Were you a correctional officer at one point?
I was, yeah.
And I'm gonna try my best here to stay neutral in this rap beat. That's what I do. You guys know I don't make fun of anybody, but you guys know I can't stand someone that portrays themselves as someone they're not. Like, this guy stole his whole personality from someone named Freeway Rick.
For him, I can understand. It's scary.
Yeah.
Here you are, you build this persona. They put millions of dollars into you. And now you got to tell the world that you were fake.
A real dope dealer that actually did time for the stuff Rick Ross raps about and sued Rick Ross while he was in jail for using his name.
Why did you decide to sue that?
Well, I'd hit him when we was in jail. We talked. And he was supposed to come and see me. And he never did.
Did he ever reach out after that lawsuit? Did you lose the lawsuit?
I lost. Both of us lost.
Nah, I definitely get why he sued Rick Ross, and Rick Ross should definitely cut this man a check. It's funny just seeing someone portray a real gangster and it working out for them and them having a whole career off of it. Sounds like someone else I heard of. Now, this beef between Ross and Drake is just really random. These guys were obviously good friends before all of this, having tracks like Aston Martin music.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
Gold Roses.
Mentally, I'm already on next year. That's some 2020 clear vision.
Lot of lines crossed, I never did a zany.
Lord knows.
And this girl right here, who knows what she knows?
I fell in love with the pen, started in the ink.
Money in the Grave.
Thinking back to the fact that they dead, thought my raps wasn't facts, till they sat with the bars.
Roll with us if you really want to get it. Go get a $500,000 in a Sprinter.
And Lemon Pepper Freestyle.
Bitches follow cause they need a couple dollars, but it ain't a problem cause really got it.
Cassette selling Croatia to get the leverage. Groundskeepers cutting the grass and clipping the hedges.
Lemon Pepper Freestyle being one of the last songs this duo was ever on before the beef. Now we can go way back to when Drake was beefing with Meek Mill around 2015, 2016, and everyone was saying Drake bodied Meek Mill. He got bodied by the singing dude, they were saying, and allegedly a tweet came from Rick Ross saying that Drake was better than Meek Mill. And obviously that tweet was very quickly deleted, like how I used to do my search history back in the day before my mom took my phone when I got grounded.
The tweet that was sent out that made it seem like you was in support of Drake.
That was a fake tweet.
Okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
no, I saw you. I saw you tweeted. But if you don't,
yeah, it's certain things y'all just gotta know off top.
Now he did go on the Breakfast Club back in 2015, which seems like an ancient time. Now that's 9 years ago, which is crazy. Saying that the tweet and everything was fake and basically saying that a dude like him from the streets would never type like that.
I don't even tweet like that. Dudes like me don't use the greater hand, lesser hand. We don't use that.
So then we get the Color Money, and you'll see a common theme here. You know, it's always Rick Ross throwing the first punch at Drake. And this song dropped in 2015 that same year, and he throws subliminal shots at Drake.
Color Money got your bitch out on the world tour. My little homie made $1 million on his girl tour.
Mentioning World Tour and Girl Tour, which is what Drake was talking about in Back to Back.
You love her, then you gotta get a world tour. Is that a world tour or your girl's tour?
Rick Ross even goes at Birdman, who Drake was obviously signed to.
I got more money than that pussy that you signed to.
So then 2 days later, we get Thick Ross back on Breakfast Club, and they ask him about all his dissing he was doing.
Let's get right to it. Are you taking shots at Drake on Color Money?
I mean, you know, I just released Color Money, and that record is what it is, you dig? And It's a lot of different people that's gonna interpret it a lot of different ways, and it is what it is.
You know what we call these people that don't stand on business? It starts with a P, and girls have them. So now let's flash forward to 2016. We got Drake throwing some counter punches to Rick Ross's strikes. Now this counter punch is like a clean left hook from Ryan Garcia. He goes at Rick Ross and his ex-girl, talking about how he sent her out to St. Martin. And this is on Weston Road Flows from Views, the album in 2016, one of the best.
I brought your wifey out to St. Martin. She violated, I sent her back where it all started.
Now here he was talking about Rick Ross's ex-wife Lyra Galore. So later that year in 2016, Rick Ross goes on Drink Champs and lets it be known that if Drake wants to come at him or his artist Meek anymore, he will jump off the porch on him. Which I'm sure if Rick Ross jumped on anyone, it wouldn't be fun.
It's whatever. Right. If it's gonna be whatever.
If it's gotta go there.
Yeah, if it's gotta go there, man. Renzel gonna jump off the porch on your ass.
So later that year, September of 2016, the dude who runs Drink Champs, Nori, he said that Drake and Rick Ross met up just to squash the beef. In 2017, Rick Ross made it clear on Triple Platinum that him and Drake squashed the beef.
Had a phone call with Drake so we could fix the madness. Time for the real niggas just to really cash in.
And after this is kind of when the beef took a civil turn. Like I said, 2019 we got Money in the Grave, Gold Roses. 2021 we got Lemon Pepper Freestyle. So how do we get to today, 2024? Drake and Rick Ross beef in 2024. Why? There's no reason for it. I mean, even the year before in 2023 in a Drink Champs interview, Rick Ross literally said that him and Drake are in the 2 top percentile of writers.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how much music we got. It's not a lot. I'm gonna be honest. We in the 2 percentile when it come to writers and creators. It's called a 2 percentile.
Now, a lot of people like to say Drake gave Ross all his hits, but are we not gonna act like Ross didn't make Hustlin', bro?
Play the song again for no reason. Let me see it.
I know I said one of the last songs the duo did was back in early 2021 on Lemon Pepper Freestyle, but if we go the later 2021 when he dropped Certified Lover Boy, that's the actual last song the duo was ever on, which is the song You Only Live Twice.
Catastrophic collapses, catalog is immaculate, still running the game, don't ask me about the practice.
So that was late 2021. Obviously, like I said, in 2023, 2 years later, he goes on Drink Champs and says that him and Drake are in the top 2 percentile. It seemed like they were all buddy-buddy. Now, here's where we get to the pettiness. Now, back in March of 2024, Future drops his album. Now everyone got to pick a side, you know what I'm saying? So Rick Ross, he unfollows Drake on Instagram, but he claims he unfollowed Drake on Instagram not because of the beef or anything. It's because he sent French Montana a cease and desist letter, which this just comes out of Ross's mouth. There's no proof of Drake sending a cease and desist letter to French Montana, so I'm gonna say allegedly. So Drake claps back at Rick Ross unfollowing him by inviting his ex-girl Christina Mackey to an OVO tour or a show. So then Push Ups leaks later after that before Drake officially dropped the song. And in Push Ups, it's not just a diss to Ross, no, it's a diss to everyone that was coming at him. But what he says about Rick Ross is that he's 50 and he can't believe he's jumping in this beef.
I might take your latest girl and cuff her like I'm Ricky. Can't believe he jumping in, turning 50.
And also he says that every song that Ross has on the charts is because of Drizzy.
Every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy.
So Rick Ross actually responds by laughing in the studio with the beat of his diss track playing in the background.
Hey, man.
And a couple hours after that response video, Champagne Moments actually drops. Now, he drops this audio before the actual music video, and he talks about Drake's nose and having a nose job a lot.
That's why you had operation to make your nose smaller than your father's nose.
Rick Ross actually performed in Miami that night with a shirt on with Drake's face saying, "Who knows?" So then Drake posts a text with his mom, and his mom texts him asking if he actually got a nose job, in which Drake responds to his mom basically saying that Ross hasn't eaten for days and he's turned angry and racist, which that's a funny joke considering it's Drake. I didn't think bro could be funny. And of course Rick Ross responded that same day on his IG story basically calling Drake BBL Drizzy.
Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy.
Can't forget the white boy diss too.
You wanted to hang at the park with the smoke weed with the while we washed our old school Chevys.
And he also went on a story to basically claim that he has more money than Drake.
Drizzy, I got a question. I saw you posted you got more money than Ricky Rose. And let's assume you did. Well, your best friend, Birdman, his house went into foreclosure 5 years ago. You done watched that man struggle them 5 years and ain't get that man a mansion? Cause if you got more money than Rose, what's another 50 million, white boy?
And the only way Drake responded to all this Instagram ranting was dropping the official version of Push Ups. The official track for Push Ups dropped on April 19, 2024, and literally 4 days later, Rick Ross drops his music video for Champagne Moments.
When we speaking directly, if we keeping it gangsters, when you see me, you check me.
Which this music video was done really well, real high definition music video, and he's just sitting there trolling Drake the whole video.
Yeah, you had that surgery, that six-pack on, that's why you wearing that funny shit at your show, you can't hide it.
And that's really where this beef ends in his tracks. There's really nothing new as of after the Champagne Moments video. Really all we can say is Drake and Rick Ross aren't cool, and Rick Ross is the one that befriended Drake. Rick Ross says it was a cease and desist Drake sent to French Montana, and Drake basically thinks that it's because of the Future and Metro beef. In my opinion, there's no real reason to be beefing, and I think they're just trying to get those music numbers up. But respectfully, I think Rick Ross is trying to get his numbers up. You know, Drake could drop anytime and get good numbers. You know, Rick Ross, I'm not saying he's a bad rapper or anything, it's just he's not getting numbers like Drake. That's why he came at Drake first, in my opinion.